Hey everyone, welcome to episode 255 of Mental Mastery for Teen Athletes, a Parent's Guide. Today, I want to talk to you about what to say to your teen athlete after they have a tough game or a tough competition. That can be such a challenge for so many parents. What do I say when my athlete didn't perform at their best or didn't get the outcome that they wanted and they're feeling frustrated, they're feeling down? What to say. So let's talk about that today. Some parents kind of go immediately into trying to fix their athlete after a tough game. So they kind of bombard them with advice, saying things like, you need to be more aggressive out there. You should have taken that shot. Next time, don't let that get to you. Maybe something kind of got in their head and you noticed that. And then other parents often kind of go into bombarding their athlete with kind of fluffy statements to try to pad their ego a little bit. Maybe they say things like, hey, you did great out there, when their athlete knows that they didn't do a good job. And we've all felt that before. Maybe when we know that we didn't do well, and then somebody says, hey, great job. It just kind of, it doesn't feel good, right? Because it's not true. Or maybe parents say things like, that was just a tough team today, when you know that it's not because of the other team that you didn't play to the best of your abilities, right? So things like that aren't ideal. So what should we say? Bombarding with advice is typically not ideal because your athlete, one, is often really worried about disappointing you. You may not notice that as much as it's actually there, but it's so true. So many teen athletes that I've worked with, and I myself, when I was a teen athletes worry about disappointing their parents. They really want you to be proud of them. So giving them advice right away just kind of makes them feel like you're giving them that advice because you're disappointed in them. And that might not be the case. Often it's not the case, but you're telling them words of things that they can improve, but they're receiving something else. They're receiving, I'm disappointed in you. So it's just not the best time. Advice giving is awesome in the right ways and with the right kind of understanding with your athlete if it's something that they want from you, but it has to be done in the right way and the right time. And right after a tough game is not going to be the time. So that's not helpful. Obviously, the pumping them up with fluffy statements isn't helpful either. So, what should we do? Well, what I suggest is starting with simply validating the fact that tough games stink. So, just say something to them like, hey, I'm so sorry it was a tough game. That really stinks. Just something to help them feel like the fact that they feel disappointed is understandable and it's okay. It's okay to feel disappointed. And then I would praise them for their effort. Because even if they didn't perform to the best of their ability, or even if they didn't get the outcome that they wanted, they probably tried out there. And so just praise them for their effort and don't hyperbolize that either. Don't praise them for an effort that they didn't give. But if they gave a solid effort, just say, hey, I'm proud of you for giving your all out there, even though you didn't get what you wanted. Or, hey, I'm really proud of you for hustling out there. Good job. Just something that they can feel like what really matters is that I'm trying, right? Is that I'm putting my effort out. Then maybe just let them cool off for a little bit because they are emotionally charged right now and it's not an amazing time for a conversation. So you might just leave it for a while. But once they seem like they've kind of cooled down, then you can just ask them, hey, what's your 3-to-1 today? And that just prompts them to identify at least 3 things that they did well and only one thing that they'll change next time, one adjustment that they'll make. And that helps them to stop filtering out all the things that they did well because the brain is so good at doing that, just ignoring those things and honing in really hard on their mistakes. So it helps them to see things more clearly. Hey, I actually did X, Y, and Z well. That's good. And then with the things to improve, it helps them to just narrow it down to one and just choose one thing to focus on because that's ultimately all the brain is able to effectively do. We can only focus effectively on one thing at a time. And when they translate that into action language, one thing I will change, one adjustment I will make next time I will, instead of I did bad at blank or I fell short in blank. Translating that into action language helps them feel confident and excited to go fix that thing. So it helps take them from this frustrated and stuck state into a realistic and solution focused and moving forward type state. So it's very, very effective. Give this shot. Give this a shot with your athlete. Let me know how it goes. Let me know any questions that you have. And yeah, just shoot me an email at brennan@behighperforming.com. Happy to help you out. Thank you so much. Let's be high performing today.